Hi guys, this is Tyler from Airsoft GI, and today we're going to be talking about the battery compartment and battery installation on the APS Conception Advanced AK209 and their other Blowback series AKs. Now these can be a little bit tricky for battery installation, so I wanted to go ahead and talk about them for a little bit. First and foremost, getting into the battery compartment, you have a button back here at the back of the dust cover, which will allow you to open this up. It's hinged, so this won't go flying off into the ether somewhere. You've got a button here, and I just want to talk about this mechanism. You have a button that actuates back and forth attached to your charging handle. Now this rod that is attached to is entirely separate. So if I actually hold this button out and pull back on the rod, it will pop out of this button. So if at any point this mechanism gets a little bit sticky, you can always disassemble it and then reassemble it. Make sure everything's lined up correctly, that it's actuating smoothly. Then line it up. And put the rod back in. Now to get to battery installation. With the gun, you're going to receive battery, probably going to look like this. Color may vary. The battery on a lot of AKs will sit right here, right on top of the gearbox. On this AK, it cannot do that. There are two main reasons for that. Number one, the charging handle is hooked right here to the blowback system. Now, as the gun is firing, this rod is going to pull back the charging handle. And as it's trying to move, this battery is going to create friction with that rod. It can potentially damage the gun, and it will most certainly start rubbing off parts of the battery. The other thing is that when the battery is sitting on top of here, it's sitting at an angle, so this will not close. What you need to do is slide the battery through the gas tube all the way up to the front of the gun, and it needs to be slid all the way into the gas tube. Now this is sometimes easier said than done, because the battery, and specifically the wires that run along the side of the battery, need to be oriented in a very specific way. First thing I'm going to do is pop the fuse over to the side. It just makes it a little bit easier to get to the angle that you need to be at. But I'm going to start sliding this battery in and rotating it until it actually starts sliding into the hole. Usually the wires need to be somewhere in the 7 to 8 o'clock area, but sometimes it'll take a little bit of fiddling with it to get everything to seat properly. Once you hit the proper point, it will start sliding in, at which point you should just be able to push it all the way down until it stops in about this position. From here, I'm going to fold these wires out of the way and push this fuse box back into position, sitting underneath the battery right next to the hop-up unit. At that point, you can put the wires. Should have plenty of room to do wire management. Then you can fold this down, make sure you don't pinch the wires anywhere, and make sure that the button fully seats into the dust cover. At that point, you are ready to go.